Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Talking the Rocks, a show where we analyze, predict, mock, and drink to today's most popular shows.
Today we are drinking Red Weddings
Indeed.
and watching Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 1, titled Two Swords. Quick update on the series.
Daenerys.
Has an army.
Dragons.
Huge.
Brand.
Is a warg.
Rickon.
Nothing.
Theon.
No dick.
Cersei.
Still a bitch.
Jaime.
No hand.
Baelish.
Headed to the Vale.
Brienne of Tarth.
Fought a bear.
Arya.
Sightseeing with a hound.
Hodor.
Hodor.
Marjorie.
Hot.
Tyrion.
Married to Sansa.
Tywin.
Still a boss.
Ned Stark.
Dead.
Robb Stark.
Dead.
Robb's wife.
Very dead.
Robb's mom.
Dead.
Robb's unborn child.
Dead.
Joffrey.
Still a dick.
Sam.
Knows everything about killing White Walkers.
And Jon Snow.
Knows nothing.
Let's get started.
Cheers.
Mm.
This is the Prince of Dawn we're waiting for, not one of your sellsword friends.
He's so damned important. How come they sent you to meet him?
There's bad blood between the Martells of Dawn and the Lannisters of Casterly Rock. Has been for years.
Take off your clothes. We'll be here a while.
My lord,
I'm a prince, boy. Have you ever been with a prince?
can't say I have.
The Stark sword is two swords, so that's what the whole episode's about. Oberyn is in the capital, and
That's
he's
not what the whole episode's about.
I think that's all that it's going to be about. I don't need to watch the rest.
Melted down ice into two swords, one for Jaime, one for...
I know two things about Oberyn. One, he's clearly a badass,
Clearly a boss.
because it looks like his sister whore, I don't know what she is
Maybe
scared of him
wife.
beating it. Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
And two, he likes it both ways.
He likes it in the front and the back.
I wanted a quick prediction of who you think is going to actually die in this episode, because I have my prediction. Someone has to die in this episode because it's an episode of Game of Thrones.
I guess it's not going to be Rico. I don't want to do this.
I think,
don't wanna
okay,
do this.
here's my prediction. It's going to be one of two people. I got either Bran or the dude that he's traveling with. The Ward Whisperer.
I can see either one of the... I can do away with either one, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, not because they're not important to the story, but I think if Bran
Why
dies...
do you think that?
I think because if Bran dies in this episode specifically, we'll focus on Rickon for the rest of the
Who gives
season.
a shit about him?
Because I think Rickon's got the warg thing that Bran has, but he's going to be younger and develop it better.
He's dumb.
He's very dumb. He is dumb as dirt, and I don't care about him at all, but I think they might want us to. You are watching Game of Thrones, right?
I just want to see
the one,
Oberyn.
the brother, sister,
Here's-
wife,
here's all
husband.
I want
banging.
Oberyn to fucking murder some people in this episode,
Mhm.
and I'll be happy. And that's it. That's all I want. Maybe some not red wedding, but some royal wedding if we get some of that by the end.
Hopefully.
Speaking of red weddings,
Why did you come to King's Landing, Prince Oberyn?
The mountain raped Elia and split her in half.
Don't know what.
If the mountain killed my sister, your father gave the order. The Lannisters aren't the only ones who pay their debts.
What's the prize for winning this stupid contest?
The honor of riding by your side on the road to Marine.
The last man holding his sword can find a new queen to fight for.
I want you.
It's not a good time.
It's never a good time. If you want me to leave, just say it.
I murdered people so I could be here with you.
It took too long. You told me to come at once if there was anything important.
what have we learned so far in this episode? One, Oberyn Martell.
Is related to Dany Targaryen.
Kind of. He hates the Lannisters because they murdered his sister, who was married to Rhaegar Targaryen, which is Daenerys' brother that's died. Yes.
The last dragon.
Right. What else have we learned? Daenerys' dragons do not listen to her anymore because they're pretty fucking big.
Because why would you listen to a little girl when you're a dragon?
True.
Especially when you're three of them.
Dragons are supposed to be smart, too.
They seem like they're just kind of like wild animals. Like they go to her for attention.
Well, they're wild animals.
Well, they're not real.
Tyrion does not want to have sex with Shay because he's apparently a man of honor now, and he's staying loyal to Sansa. Well, it's more complicated than that.
Do you think it's that, or do you think that he's just not doing it because he's afraid of people walking in and he thinks that's going to go bad?
I don't know. Season 1 Tyrion, when we first met him, he was just he's FML. I don't give a crap about anything. I'm the jokester. Everybody hates me. And then jump ahead to Season 4 Tyrion. He's like he's a way more complex character. He knows.
It's way more grim and serious.
Much more serious, and he's not just fucking a bunch of whores anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more going through his little tiny skull. Well, a big skull.
I feel like they split up Tyrion's character into Tyrion, Bronn, and Podrick.
What do you mean? How do you mean?
Like, instead of one character just being like the jokester and he's got all these other things going on, now they let Bronn be the funny guy.
Bronn's the comic relief.
Yeah, and they let Podrick be the little awkward guy that's
Absolutely.
for him. And now he's just a serious Tywin-like character.
Yeah, but Shay's getting pissed off with his antics.
Yeah.
Also, more over there, I think it's more curious about Cersei not wanting to hook up with Jaime. I don't really know why, but she's like, you took too long to come back. That's it. And he's all bummed out because all he wanted to do the whole time he was gone was get back to King's Landing and get up in his sister.
I think she's probably either hooking up with Varys or Pycelle.
Nah, that's crazy. What are you talking about?
She can't hook up with Varys.
Varys has no ding-dong.
He's got a mouth.
You're disgusting.
He whispers in people's...
Once again, your imagination just fucking is taking the show in a whole other direction than I felt like.
I really don't think I can twist the show into being worse than it actually is.
Let's have you comment less on what you think is.
Well, I will say this: Dario Naharis looks a lot more normal. He is a much better looking guy.
Apparently, they replaced the actor.
Him.
They replaced Dario. With a different actor that's more looks like a human being instead of like a Neanderthal or a Cro-Magnon. So
they said, yeah, he's good. We weren't looking for a giant Cro-Magnon head on a small body, but he's all right.
Right. They didn't even attempt to keep the same archetype of body or face or even hair color for that matter. They just went in a completely different direction. He's about 20 years older. He has short hair, which is brown. Or the original Dario had long hair, which was blonde. But, hey, whatever. We'll see.
He's got a beard. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think people who read the book are probably going to be happier with it, though.
We'll see. We are not people that read the book, however. We are people that watch the show exclusively.
Still said, this guy's way better.
So, let's keep going, yeah? Let's do it.
Thens. I fucking hate thens.
I know we've had our differences, Tormund, but just one time, you really ought to try Crow.
You put your sword through a brother of the Night's Watch.
He wanted me to kill him. The Half-Hound believed our only chance to stop Mance was to get a man inside his army. While we sit here, Mance Raider marches on the wall with an army of 100,000.
Perhaps I should just let Joffrey choose it for me. End up with a string of dead sparrow heads around my neck.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that we get to see Tormund afraid of another person.
Yeah,
finally.
The wildling, the little wildling sub-leader dude.
Captain of Mance Raiders.
Right.
Wildling, small band of people going over the wall.
Yeah.
Meets up with another band of hill tribe men. I don't know if that's what they're called.
Yeah.
But those guys, the Scarfaces.
We'll call them Scarfaces from now on.
Were
scars on their face.
Yeah, Tormund looked like he was shitting his pants.
Shitting his pants.
He looked very frightened.
He said, and I quote, "I fucking hate these guys."
Yeah. And they eat people, so...
That's what they eat crows, not the bird.
Yeah.
The human.
I kind of knew they were going to pull out an arm, or something from that bag.
I thought it was going to be a head.
Yeah.
I was going head, but yeah.
Or I thought it was actually going to be a living person.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something weird.
And then we got to see Marjorie and her grandma.
Marjorie giving a rare glimpse into her disdain for Joffrey.
We kind of knew that was...
We kind of knew obviously.
But it's good to see...
But she always sticks to her, her character in being faithful to Joffrey and just apologetic for him.
So far in the show, she hasn't shown any signs of breaking character.
Not really.
So it's kind of cool. Well, we haven't really seen her and her grandma alone together yet either. So apparently, when they're together, they are plotting to take over King's Landing.
Yeah, kind of. There's some more shit that they're working on.
And now that Brienne has explained to her what actually happened with Renly, I wonder if she's going to use that information, or if she's going to be like, okay, Brienne is actually kind of cool.
Right.
Like, you know, like I wonder if she's going to be like, oh, so there's actually magic in this world that I live in?
Well, she met Brienne when she was with Renly. Before.
But that's what I mean.
Right.
Like, up until now, she thought that Brienne was the one that killed Renly, so that she must have thought, like, oh, this chick is
right.
Untrustworthy.
Right.
But now that she's like, oh, okay, it's magic, so I can trust her?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Or is the main thought in her mind, I can use magic to kill Joffrey?
Right. I never thought about that.
I figured I think like a villain, so I'm thinking, someone tells me that, I'm like, okay.
We shall see.
So, you know, freaking let's get Stannis in power, and they'll have Brienne kill Stannis.
Maybe.
And then finally, just Joffrey's statue.
Joffrey just being a fucking douche is normal. Joffrey and his fucking...
God damn.
Douchery continues.
Jack Gleason?
Jack Gleason.
He is such a good actor.
He's a great actor.
So
he's a fucking great guy in real life.
Yes.
Joffrey's a fucking cock. Are real, and they're just really driving home the point even more.
Just berating his uncle father.
Yeah, his uncle father. Great. Jamie the uncle father.
Oh, you've done nothing great while I was here protecting the city, providing for it.
Winning the war.
Well, he didn't do anything.
He didn't do shit. Oh, I hate him.
He's the Eric Cartman of Game of Thrones. He's so hateable.
I like Eric Cartman. I fucking hate Joffrey. Period.
How does he... because I know people like that where they just invent in their own mind.
You know people like that?
Where it's just like, in their mind, they think like, oh yeah, totally, I did this. And it's like, no. You didn't do it at all. Like, you could not be further from the truth on that.
I know people like that too.
So I really hope... The big surprise at the end of this episode is Joffrey dies.
That's not gonna happen.
I know. Maybe next episode.
Maybe next episode.
Hopefully it's episode.
I will watch this show until Joffrey dies, and then I'm gonna end it there, and I'm just gonna call it a
That's
call
the
it
happiest
career.
you'll ever be.
That's it. He's never gonna die.
No.
There's one on every mile marker between here and Marine.
How many miles are there between here and Marine?
163, Your Grace.
I'll tell our men to ride ahead and bury them.
You will do no such thing. I will see each and every one of their faces.
I know him. He captured us and took us to Harrenhal.
Killed Lommy.
What the fuck's a Lommy?
Something wrong with your leg, boy? Can you walk? I've got to carry you. Find a little blade. Maybe I'll pick my teeth with it.
Last 15 minutes, we saw Daenerys on her way to Marine. Which I think it's going to be like... Which is weird because George R. R. Martin doesn't stagger things like this, but I think it is going to be the third most difficult thing she conquers. So Astapor was like, level 1 with the video game version of this movie.
Right.
And then we had Yunkai, and now we have Marine. Which I don't know if maybe in the books they talk about more about Barristan and Jorah kind of guiding her, like helping her level up. It's interesting that for this they happen to be slowly conquering more and more difficult cities.
I have a feeling like the dragons are going to come into play. Like she's going to weaponize them. Not that she didn't in Astapor when she took the slaves, but I feel like we might actually see some dragon versus human actual battle.
The dragons helped in Astapor, but they were not. It was all her.
Right. It was all her wits.
Hmm.
There was all the mile markers on the way to the city were all dead children slaves.
Crap.
Which, if you know anything about Daenerys, she's not cool with that shit. So I'm sure that pissed her off.
Yeah, she's a real bug up her butt about dead children on the road.
Yeah, I don't know what it is between her and these things, but yeah, I feel like she's gonna unleash the wrath of the dragon. I have a feeling.
If she can control him.
If she can, we'll see. Maybe
crazy.
Maybe they'll just fly away and fly to dragon.
Wouldn't that be like the craziest turn of events?
And then there goes.
They ran away. So I guess.
Well, they're fucking dragons. What are you gonna do? You don't control these things. It's just, what else?
They went to Dragonland. Is that what you said?
Dragonland. Whatever, dude. You know what I meant. That's
the other thing was Sir Dantos.
Oh yeah, the drunk guy that Sansa saved at the name day feast for Joffrey.
Premiere of season 2.
Right, he was.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's kind of short. Long story short, she saved his life, and she was the whole episode. She was kind of bummed out for herself, and she caught up with him, and he gave her his mom's necklace, and she actually smiled once, and he made her feel better, which whatever.
It's so crazy that her receiving jewelry makes her happy. She is such an interesting character. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens with her next.
Yeah, we know you have a deep disdain for Sansa. I'm indifferent. I don't care about her. I don't give a shit.
Like
the
most interesting thing you can do with her is someone give her stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, let's have her get married to someone.
I just don't know where she fits into the whole grand scheme of things. She gives a fuck.
She's so passive. Everyone else carves a path for themselves in the show, and she's just like,
they have like a path.
This stuff is happening to me. Oh no, I'm so sad.
Conversely, Arya is a fucking badass. Her and the Hound kind of come across the guy that stole her sword, Needle, and they
Polliver.
Ass whooping ensues is what happens, and Arya is a real badass in that scene.
Yeah, the Hound was kicking ass.
I'm naming them the Wolf and the Hound. That's what we're referring to them.
Disney's the Wolf and the Hound.
Disney's the Wolf and the Hound. Oh, my hound dog.
I'm a wolf.
Arya's awesome. I love her character. And if you
the way she killed that dude at the end.
Brutal.
Slowly, like the dude killed her friend.
Yeah, it was epic.
It was very 300.
If you don't like Arya's character, you're not watching the same show as I am. Basically. So yeah, that was how'd you feel about the episode? First episode, season 4?
If I were George R.R. Martin, she would die in the next episode.
Who?
Arya.
You're a fucking asshole.
If I were George R.R. Martin, he's like,
if you're George R.R. Martin, yeah.
I think everyone likes this character.
Let's fucking murder her.
Off of their head.
And she's a Stark. Dead.
No main characters died this episode.
No main character. Nobody died. Well, there's a bunch of people died, but nobody that we know or knew.
We made it through an episode of GOT with no deaths.
Maybe next episode. Next episode's going to be the royal wedding.
So you know someone's got to go down.
Someone's getting waxed. Oberyn is just gonna he's gonna whack somebody. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
If I would have read the books, I would have known the answer, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of surprised we didn't see Bronn.
We did see Bronn.
Bran. Brandon.
Stark.
Not Brandon. Brandon is his uncle that died before the show started.
Isn't his full name Brandon? Named after his uncle?
I thought he was named after Bran the Builder. And his uncle is Brandon.
That's Bob the Builder. That's a different show.
No, the hero Cage. Anyway.
Whatever. Yeah, we didn't. We will next episode, I have a feeling.
So anyway, good setup for the show as a whole.
Great first episode.
A lot of relationship building that we've missed in the past.
Speaking of great first episodes, great first episode.
Woo! Team Pitnap.
Team Pitnap.
Team Titnap. That's what you said. And, wrap up concluded.
Yeah. What? And that's today's episode. Thanks for watching. Please help support the show by liking, sharing, and commenting on what you thought.
And let us know what show you'd like us to watch in the future, and if you have any drink suggestions you'd like us to try. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and to follow us on Twitter.
Until next time.
I know.